Hello, everybody. Hazel here. I'm doing an update on many things, mainly my homeless project that I have going on. I know I haven't really posted anything new about it lately, due to the fact that I have been indoors and I've been taking it for granted that I was on the streets and I'm not anymore. Um, I just want to say that I am highly pissed with our government, and I am sick and tired of how the impoverished people are living, how the homeless are being treated. A lot of the homeless don't choose to be homeless. A lot of it's due to circumstances like not being able to make enough to pay rent or keep food in their kids' stomach or their stomachs at most. Um, Take care of their pets properly. A lot of homeless people have pets. Myself, I've got two dogs. Um, and it's not easy. Me and my fiance got into an apartment at the beginning of the year, and since then have been struggling to make sure rent's paid because the rent here in San Diego is dangerously high. You know, Keeping food in our apartment. Thank God our apartment building has a small food pantry which could really use the donations in food. And there's people here that could use donations of furniture too. At the Destin Arms, I I don't even know where to begin. Here lately, there have been deaths of homeless people. They found many bodies throughout the San Diego corridor of California. Some of them have frozen to death. Some of them just fell asleep on the side of the street and didn't wake up. That's sad. And our useless president, Mr. Donald Trump, needs to stop making all these appearances over in Korea and look at our country. Our country is turning into a third world country. Open your eyes, people. The middle class and the upper class are taking over while us lower class and homeless are struggling on a day to day. You guys do not know what it is like, and you're judgmental, egotistical, sorry ass selves take everything for granted. You take the money you make, you take the beautiful cars you drive, the beautiful houses you live in, the private schools your kids go to. You take it all for granted, while there are those of us that are struggling to live on a day-to-day basis. Many people, especially the homeless, many of the homeless are losing hope. Many of them, walk around stinky and all gross looking and stuff because they have no hope. They have no drive because every avenue that they've taken to get off the streets somehow, some way has fallen through. Not, not been able to help them. There's all these projects like Father Woody's in Denver, Colorado, Alpha Project here in San Diego, Path Program, Pathfinders in Colorado, you know, Grayson County Shelter in Denison, Texas, Salvation Yuck Army, which does not really help anybody anymore. Um, you know, there are so many programs. They don't have the funding for one, or like Salvation Army, they just don't want to help. You know, there's families that are struggling to keep a roof over their heads, yet you middle class pricks and you upper class jackasses take every little thing you have for granted. Here's a fucking message for you. Give up your cars, give up your beautiful houses, give up the private schooling your kids go to, give up the tutors, give up all your precious belongings and your fancy ass clothing Step in a impoverished person's shoes. Then you will be able to see what we go through, the hope that we lose, the angers, the anxieties, the depressions, the thoughts that we go through. You will experience them. You will know what's going on. And you will see from a different light that the snide looks you give us, the snide remarks you make, the judgmental attitudes that you throw at us, you'll see how it feels. I have experienced it, and I may, again, one of these days, experience it again. Because our society sucks balls. I am not going to apologize for what I am saying. If I offend you and I make you cry or I piss you off, go to hell. I don't give a flying fuck. I am sick of this shit. Our society needs to change. There needs to be more avenues for people that are living on supplemental incomes, including inheritances and pensions and Medicaid and food stamps. There needs to be more resources for the homeless that some of them don't have ways of getting identifications. There's homeless vets out there that can't get benefits because our government has decided, they fought for our country, we're gonna fuck them over. That's stupid. They fought for our country. I am engaged to a vet right now. I come from a long line of veterans. It bugs the motherfucking hell out of me that I walk down the street and I see a homeless vet holding up a cardboard sign saying, homeless Vietnam vet, homeless, whatever vet in need, anything helps, God bless. That is heartbreaking. That pisses me off. I've experienced families that have babies out here in the streets, and people just walk by because they don't give a flying. They don't care. They take what they have for granted and think that these are able-bodied people. They need to work. Newsflash: just because somebody looks able-bodied doesn't mean they're able-minded. People that struggle from mental capacities are mentally incapacitated by their either their thoughts or their other disorders. And just because somebody looks physically put together does not mean they are physically put together. They could have a lot of stuff going through their head, and your snide remarks, your snide looks, your hateful attitudes, your hateful surroundings will put them even further. There is a saying that I live by. Suicide is not by the person who chooses suicide. Suicide is by society who ties that noose, who pulls that trigger closer each time a person that is struggling is trying to reach out. I've been there. I've been reaching out for the entire past couple of months. Because I'm indoors, we barely have any furniture. We absolutely have no food in our refrigerator right now. We're having to panhandle and be indoors at the same time. So what we panhandle and what we make from the cannery of turning in bottles and cans goes towards rent. So we can make sure we can keep our roof over our head. We have had some kind people, of course, have given us dog food or cat food, which our dogs still eat because it's food. Everything food-wise that we get, we share with our dogs so they can eat too. I'm not going to let my babies go hungry. And why should I? Because society says I'm not worth it. Society says, because you're low income, you are pretty much non-existent. I'm sorry. I am a human being. I matter. And your attitudes are nothing. other than your insecurities. Everybody has them, but your insecurities are tying a noose even tighter or pulling a trigger even closer to that bullet either dislodging into somebody who is struggling mentally, or that noose completely just decapitating the head from the person's body. Words kill people. That's that whole little saying, "Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words may never hurt me." That damn saying is so fucking cliche. It's not even fucking funny. To be honest with you, words do not hurt. They kill. You sit there and you say, "Oh well, the homeless people don't exist because they have to live out on the streets. I've got this fancy $2.5 million house. I've got this $17,000 car. My kids go to private schools. We have the top line of all the clothing lines that's out, all the gizmos and gadgets and stuff like that we have out." You know what? Unless you can really sit there and say that you know what it is to walk in a person's shoe who has to struggle day in and day out, you don't know anything. So this is one video update. Um, and again, I'm not going to apologize for anything that I say in my videos because, quite honestly, I am tired of playing the nice person. I want what's close to my heart to ring true to other people. Because if it rings true to one person, it's going to ring true to another. And vice versa. I will be starting a chain reaction to get the homeless noticed, to get to get people who are low income noticed, to get more avenues started. Just all of the stuff that's close to my heart. I will do what I can to make sure everything is brought to light. Thank you for your time, and God bless.